Well, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves is weighing in on allegations that former NFL star quarterback Brett Favre and others misused state welfare funds to have a new volleyball facility built on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi, a project that cost $8 million. Well, the governor says the state plans to go after every dollar that was wrongfully spent, adding that his office is cooperating with state and federal agencies looking into any criminal aspects of the allegations. Here with us now to dive a little deeper into this and discuss some other major sports headlines is Andrew Brandt, Executive Director of the Moorad Center for Sports Law and NFL Media Insiders. Great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Good to see you. You know that story. I have a lot of personal conflict there. I was with Brett for 10 years. One of the more interesting guys I've ever been around. Certainly, he was the face of the franchise. He was probably one of the faces of the entire NFL, one of the biggest stars ever, at least my time in Green Bay, wherever we went, he was the star. He was someone we looked to. I never saw any kind of this malfeasance in my time there. So it's hard to see. Obviously, it's not a good look for Brett. It's not a good look for the state that was conspiring with him, if that's true. So I think we wait and see. We wait and see what comes out of this. And obviously, we wait to see what Brett is going to say about this, if anything, as we get into this deeper.
Absolutely. I mean, I appreciate you pointing out your connection there. And, you know, Andrew, these allegations against Brett surfacing as the city of Jackson, as the capital city, you know, it is in the middle of a water crisis right now. Residents there unable to reliably access clean water in their homes after the heavy flooding overwhelmed their water treatment system late last month. So, as you said, not a good look, whichever way you slice it. How much trouble could Brett be in if he was, in fact, involved in this alleged welfare scheme?
Yeah, I'm not a criminal attorney. I think, you know, there are talks about potential fraud allegations, potential misrepresentation that could get into a more deeper level of wrongdoing. So we'll have to see how all that plays out. I think we need to find out, like you said, in the poorest state in America, were welfare funds diverted for a use that was completely different than what should be intended for welfare funds. That's what we'll wait to find out. And again, I'm personally conflicted. I'll wait and hear what Brett has to say about this.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, you know, the sports world has also had its eye on the investigation into longtime Phoenix Suns owner Robert Sarver, who is accused of fostering a culture of racism and misogyny within the franchise. And the NBA announcing a years-long suspension, a $10 million fine for him last week after looking into those allegations. So with all of the evidence that's out there, would you say that the league got it right in this case?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of people out for blood here. That Robert Sarver presided over this toxic workplace with misogynistic comments, with use of the N-word many times. And the feedback I'm getting is that this isn't enough. Again, this is where Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, may be pressured at some point into doing more. The news is PayPal, one of the big sponsors, has decided to pull out as long as Sarver is connected to the team. The vice chairman of the team is not going to be involved because Sarver was not removed. This brings up a really tough thing for the NBA. As you remember, Donald Sterling, the owner of Clippers, was actually kicked out of his ownership several years ago, and people were wanting this from Sarver. But it's a year suspension as of now, and we'll see if this gets any deeper. I think one thing that could make it deeper is some kind of player revolt. We've heard some comments from LeBron James and Chris Paul, two of the most influential players in the NBA, suggesting this may not be enough. I don't think we're done with this story.
Interesting. I do want to end on a slightly lighter note, Andrew. You know, the NFL streamed a regular season game for the first time ever this past week, with Thursday night football carried exclusively on Amazon Prime. What do you make of the league's deal with Amazon, and how are people reacting? How are fans reacting?
This is the dawn of a new era. It's never been where we haven't watched the NFL on cable or over-the-air TV. It was a dawn of a new era, and that era is going to be 11 years because Amazon is locked into Thursday nights. And I think some people had some issues with streaming, but I think most people, like myself, it was pretty seamless. One touch, one click, and there you are watching Amazon on the NFL on Amazon. I think there's interesting thoughts about Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world, owner of Amazon. People have suggested they wanted to buy an NFL team. Well, my feeling is he doesn't need to buy a team. He just bought Thursday. So he's got all the teams. Again, 11 years. The only way you can watch NFL on Thursday night for 11 years is Amazon.
Andrew, before we go really quickly, give me your Super Bowl pick for this year.
Well, I'm biased. You see my helmet. It's going to be Packers, and I'm going to say Packers-Chargers.
Okay, Andrew Brandt, I see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.